Stop press, stop press, stop press, calling all auto sales and marketing professionals. Your attention is required to capitalize on the latest electric car news and beware of the ever-expanding numbers of charging stations. Period. So are you prepared to sell or market such cars that are powered by batteries? Fear not. The relevant government bodies and private station operators are doing their utmost best to facilitate buyers to switch or buy cars powered by electric motors. Believe me, with these solid facts and figures provided in this bulletin, you and I can now confidently sell more of such cars. Agreed or not? Before we dive deep into this week's newsletter, let's pause here to read the preview. Alright, thanks. In essence, the Ministries has targeted to build a grand total of 5,000 EV charging stations. Currently there are already 611 EV charging stations at 366 locations. Moreover, there are built at strategic locations. Mind you, Johor itself there are already 9,364 EVs. To encourage more EV buyers, the authorities will give full exemptions on import and excise duties and sales tax, as well as road tax, up to 100%, for EVs. On top of this, individual buyers will get income tax relief of up to Rm2,500. And this relief will be given outright for buying, installing, leasing or repaying of EV charging facilities. That said, and without further ado, let's continue reading the entire bulletin. Are you game? You bet? Here goes. Red alert, red alert, red alert, more EV charging stations to be built. Iskandar Puteri, more electric vehicle, EV, charging stations will be built to cater to the increasing usage of such vehicles in the country, says Science, Technology and Innovation, MISTI, Minister Datuk Seri Dr. Adam Baba. The move was part of the Ministry's target of building 5,000 EV charging stations under the National Carbon Neutral 2050 initiatives, he said. As of now, there are 611 EV charging stations at 366 locations across highly populated city. The charging stations are also built at strategic locations such as shopping malls for the convenience of EV users, he said after the Campuses for Electric Vehicle Expeditious Rollout, CLEVER, program launch held at Iduscity Indoor Stadium here yesterday. Dr. Adam said there were now 9,364 EVs in the state, comprising 2,946 motorcycles, 6,339 cars and 79 buses and trucks. On the program, he said, it was aimed at speeding up the process of making Malaysia carbon neutral by 2050. This was achievable through strengthening EV technology, he said, adding that the government has shown its commitment by providing tax incentives for EV ownership as announced under Budget 2022. As the ministry responsible for achieving the carbon neutral target, MOSTI will continue to improve and develop EV technology through the 10-to-10 Malaysian Science, Technology, Innovation and Economic MISTIE framework. As a sign of support for the development of a domestic EV industry, the government has proposed to provide full exemptions on import and excise duties and sales tax, as well as road tax, up to 100%, for EVs, he said. This was also in line with the National Automotive Policy 2020, NAP 2020, National Transport Policy, NTP, 2019 to 2030 and Low Carbon Mobility Blueprint 2021 to 2030, he added. Budget 2022 also states that individual income tax relief of up to Rm2,500 will be given for buying, installing, leasing or repaying of EV charging facilities. Iduscity Iskandar will be the first location for the CLEVER program. It will provide a space for startups and innovators to conduct real-time testing on university campuses in a controlled environment, Dr. Adam said. He added that university campuses were the perfect location and environment for EV testing. Now that we are tail end of this newsletter, it is only right to recap some more important points. Its importance cannot be overrated for the simple fact that EV could be the in thing for mode of transport using electric power. Now in the future. Agree or not? Moreover, to recap this bulletin in a neat nutshell, here are some others remarks need to be reminded. Hence, do recall and in essence, the Ministries has targeted to build a grand total of 5,000 EV charging stations. Currently there are already 611 EV charging stations at 366 locations. Additionally, they are built at strategic locations. For your info, Johor itself there are already 9,364 EVs. If you recall, EV buyers will enjoy the full exemption given BT the authorities on import and excise duties and sales tax, as well as road tax, up to 100%, for EVs. Beyond that, individual buyers will also get income tax relief of up to Rm2,500. What more? This relief will be given outright for buying, installing, leasing or repaying of EV charging facilities. With such overwhelming benefits, we as ambitious sales and marketing individuals should be more motivated to expand our selling efforts to sell more vehicles powered by electric. To wrap this newsletter, here is powerfully quote by Alan Mulally. He is an American aerospace engineer and manufacturing executive. He says, "Automobiles are fun and exciting. We need them. They are a part of our lives." End of newsletter. Source, extracted and modified from Open Printed Media. P.S. Come to think of it, we know if it is a lengthy sales and marketing automobiles newsletter, yet we want to congratulate you for watching and reading this bulletin completely. Needless to say, since you have fully read this news, therefore, you now deserve more forthcoming weekly free bonus of chapters of the book How to Handle All Kind of Sales Objection. Additionally, we are eager to know which part of this sales and marketing auto newsletter you learned most. Your feedbacks are critical so that we can help each other grow effectively. Lest you forget, these sharing will continue in YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and of course in our author, trainer, and consultant's email, josephsfn@gmail.com, upon request. Alright, thank you. We hope to meet you next week. Goodbye and best wishes. From me, yours truly, Madam Sophia, the virtual presenter to CTM Joseph. July 17, 2022.